Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday. It's another week of new stuff that came out on vinyl today, reissues and new things, and there's some good stuff out this week. And I usually like to start everything out with a pick or two of the week. And my pick this week is Nick Cave, Idiot Prayer, Nick Cave Alone at Alexandra Palace. And this is just a kind of a lockdown quarantine kind of album. This is just him. He was thinking about doing a record of songs that were kind of just deconstructed and pared down. But anyway, when COVID hit and there was this, it kind of really seemed like a great time to move forward with that idea, and they decided to film it as well. So this is a double LP. It comes with a download card, and it's got kind of a thick gatefold. I'm wondering if there might be a booklet in here too. Like I read that the CD has an 8-page booklet. I'm thinking this might as well. But anyway, to get back to it, this is on Bad Seed Limited label. This is like, if you're familiar with Nick Cave, if you love his music, you know that there's reoccurring themes of remorse, religion, dark humor, that kind of stuff. It's all still very apparent here, but it's kind of very different with this pared down version. Usually with a full band of Bad Seeds behind him, it's much more fleshed out, and it's a different dimension. This is really interesting though, and it has this very kind of dark emotional weight that comes with it, but it's really great. I thought this was just a beautiful record. It was filmed to round out the trilogy of film that they've done. There was 20,000 Days on Earth that came out in 2014, and then following that in 2016 there was and one more time with Feeling. So this one is Idiot Prayer is the third in the trilogy, and he himself calls it luminous and with a heartfelt climax. So pretty interesting. There's some just like great favorites that you get to hear in this different way on this. Into My Arms being one. The Ship Song is another one. Nobody's Baby Now, awesome. I mean, these things. In the Mercy Seat, Are You the One That I've Been Waiting For, Papa Won't Leave You Henry, all this stuff, plus more, and some that are just probably haven't been heard by people in a live setting ever before. So this is really, really great. It's just I can't say enough about this. If you're a big fan of Nick Cave like I am, you're gonna love this. And it was a gorgeous listen. I was really just absolutely bowled over by that today. Now, if you want something a little more lively and not quite as think tank as that, you got to remember his kid passed away 5 years ago. Doesn't even seem that long ago, but he's kind of done some of these shows before pre-COVID that he would actually have unfiltered questions from the audience that he would like field about dealing with trauma and stuff like that. So really brave move, but it still has that air of sadness, which I'm sure would carry you through the rest of your life as a parent losing a child. So anyway, to get onto something that's got a little more upbeat to it, I also really liked this War on Drugs. This is a live album, and it's just called Live Drugs. This one is on Super High Quality label, and it's the first new album since their 2017 Grammy winning A Deeper Understanding. So the band leader here, this Adam Grandelucci, this is his own record label that he put this out on, and it's a collection that's been culled from over 40 years of hard drives of recorded live shows, and spread out across years of touring and behind multiple albums. Okay, it's the first volume to capture live interpretations and a document showcasing the evolution of their band's live show. This is sequenced to reflect how a typical 70-minute show would play out and how it would flow. So it thrives on live yet staples immortalized on record for the first time, and illustrates how years of performance nurtures the evolution of the songs. And anyway, I thought this was really good too. So those are my two picks, and now we can kind of just get on with some of the releases that came out as reissues or new releases today. This is what I was able to grab for you, and still there is other stuff, of course, that came out. You can check our website, sirenrecordsmonterey.com, and go through that and see other stuff too. Okay, let's start out with Bartees Strange. This is called Live Forever. This is a gold and red swirl vinyl, and this is on the Run for Cover label. It comes off the heels of his highly praised EP that was called Say Goodbye to Pretty Boy, and it's an eclectic collection of reimagined versions of the Nationals catalog, released via Brassland DC. He's a DC-based musician. It breaks new ground with his debut here. So yeah, if you want to just try something different, it's got a lot of influences that you're sure to recognize from the indie crowd. Okay. Then let's see. Okay, this is Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Roots and Herbs, and this is the Tone Poet series. It's on the Blue Note label, one of Art Blakey's greatest albums. It's with the Jazz Messengers. So Roots and Herbs is very little known. In 1961, this group featured Lee Morgan on the trumpet, Wayne Shorter on the tenor sax, Bobby Timmons on piano, and Jaime Merritt on bass. It was recorded in Rudy Van Gelder's New Jersey studio. It's a brilliant set of 6 shorter compositions, Ping Pong and United, and it's among Art Blakey's finest work. Blue Note Tone Poet series features all analog, remastered 180-gram vinyl in deluxe gatefold packaging. Okay, this one is Mary J. Blige. Gosh, somehow it isn't on my list. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's My Life, and this is to commemorate the 25th anniversary. Queen of Hip Hop Soul's classic sophomore release, remastered on 2 LPs for the first time ever in the U.S. So you can get this now also on vinyl. Just it's a double. So there you go, Mary J. Blige. Yep, she's great. Sorry, that took me off guard because I didn't realize that it was in my pile until just now. And so anyway, there you go. This is the Cribs Night Network. It's on clear blue vinyl, and it's on the Sonic Blue album, label, excuse me. So this is 3 brothers, Yorkshire, England, the Cribs. They're back they're in really great form. This is their new 8th album, and I guess they had their release of Steve Albini engineered album 24/7 Rockstar Shit that came out in August of 2017, and then they kind of parted ways with their management. They were stuck in a lot of legal stuff and kind of lawsuit battles, and so they were pretty much ready to just hang it up. But then in 2018, in that summer, they'd been invited to support the Foo Fighters in Manchester, and that was pretty much gonna, maybe be their last hurrah. They were just so over it with being entangled in all this legal stuff. So they were talking to Dave Grohl, and he kind of saved the day. He was just like, forget all the business stuff, just come out to LA and record in our studio. It was like an open invitation for them to just come and, get some stuff down, which they took him up on that, and they ended up with this self-produced 12-track album, and it's very fresh, and it's cathartic, and it's as vital as anything they've ever put out. So it's just a clear desire to get back to doing what they do best, and there's just like great riffs for days on this. If you're familiar with them, it's like they aren't trying to really try new things. They're just like this opens up with a track called Goodbye, where they, kind of conjure that surf sound with like hints of the Beach Boys, but more like the Ravenettes, kind of like a little dark as well. And then there's like, kind of teeny bopper rock, this track called Running Into You. And then there's like a kind of a sci-fi madness on one. It's got She's My Style and Screaming in Suburbia return us to their more comfortable sound of that you'll recognize them for, with the fuzzy riffs and pounding drums that, just are blasting there. That's kind of like, what we know them for. Siren Sing Along, probably the best tune on here, considering it's a perfect meld of everything that the Cribs do best, like the yearning vocals, the heartbreaking atmosphere, kind of sizzling guitars, real thumping rhythm section. So anyway, they're back, and this is great. So you might really enjoy that if you were wondering what happened to the Cribs. This one is Crystal Lake. This is called Helix. This is on Cube Records. It's the 5th studio album by the Japanese metalcore band Crystal Lake. They formed in 2002 and began their career sort of influenced by mid-90s hardcore. But since then, their style and genre has evolved into a more chaotic metal scene and sound, and their international profile's really grown because they've toured like South Korea, Japan, Australia, and most of Europe. So here they are with Helix. This is The Damned, the Rockfield Files EP. This is on Spine Farm, and this is a new EP from the British punk rock legends that, they're kind of largely credited to being one of the first punk bands and from the UK, and also big-time influencers of goth rock. They've had 9 charting top singles in the UK alone, and a rich career that spans from the late 70s. So new EP out from The Damned now. Okay, so now this is Dr. John. This is Malcolm Rebenek, which is his real name. This is on Split, red and black vinyl, 140 gram. This is on the Demon label. And better known, his name is Malcolm John Rebenek Jr. He's better known as his stage name, Dr. John. And he's like a revered New Orleans musical genius. So there's that one. Then also the Night Tripper is like also on the Demon Records label re-release of this. His music just combines blues, pop, jazz, boogie woogie, funk, rock and roll, that kind of stuff. This one was also on 140 gram, and it's on what they're calling voodoo splatter vinyl, and which is kind of like a white base, but then a splatter of like colors that sort of starburst out from that. So that one, the Night Tripper. Pretty popular record for him too. Back out. Then this one is Extreme. It's a self-titled. It's on red opaque vinyl on the LMLR label. This is the first studio album that the Boston funk metal band Extreme released in 1989. Being released on a major label, the album sold well at around 300,000 copies. And it produced 4 singles from this record too. Little Girls, Kid Ego, Mother Don't Want to Go to School Today, and the Radio Only, Play With Me, all from this record. But now, there you go, it's on that opaque red vinyl. You can get it now. Okay, this is Five Finger Death Punch, and this is A Decade of Destruction Volume 2. This is 2 LPs as well. It's on the Prospect Park label. It builds upon the success and popularity of this band's 2017 compilation by melding together 7 active rock radio hits, including 3 #1 singles, popular streaming favorites, and 5 previously unreleased tracks. So, big deal for them. Okay, this one is Groove Armada are back with Edge of the Horizon. This is also a double LP. This is on BMG Rights Management label, their first new album in 10 years. And the duo here is they're showcasing their dynamic style over these 11 tracks. One of the most influential forces in dance music, and now this electronic duo who is Tom Findlay and Andy Cato. They're adding a new chapter to their, storied history with the release of the new album, Edge of the Horizon. And, it's kind of had a little bit of criticism as well as being too slick, like yacht rock kind of stuff. But, it is like electronic dance stuff. There's nothing like... it's pretty much what you know them for. It was like them, and I'm trying to think who was Oh, it's escaping me, but there was like another band, and the two of them were sort of really at their height at one point together. Shoot, I'm trying to remember what the other band was because I know you'd know it. But now, you know, that kind of precursor to Daft Punk, who, let's say, Daft Punk do it better, it turns out. But, you know, new thing for these guys to try out. So that's here too. Okay, this one, gosh, I have to say this right because these metal bands, sometimes they're hard to pronounce. I think that the way that you say this one is Hjelvik. It's Welcome to Hell, Hel. It's on Nuclear Blast, and formerly known as frontman, lyricist, and co-founder of their Norwegian party rockers called Kvelertak, I think. Anyway, Erlend Hjelvik parted ways with his bandmates in 2018, and for the last 2 years, he's been working on, you know, his return to action. And today, he's rejuvenated and newly inspired. He's like a metal warrior that's all pumped up and ready to go. So he's launching his own solo band, Hjelvik, and their thunderous and life-affirming debut album, Welcome to Hell, is on blue swirl or orange vinyl. Next up, we have Iron Maiden, Knights of the Dead, Legacy of the Beast, live in Mexico City. This is a 3 LP set. This is like a very well-balanced set list of showcasing versions of their classics and deeper cuts. It's one of their more essential live albums. These guys really like live albums. They've got several, and but anyway, I feel like this one is just, you know, reading up on it and stuff. It's one of their better ones, and I guess, you know, Bruce Dickinson still got it, reaching the high notes and everything. 17 tracks recorded live at the Placido de los Deportes in Mexico City on 27th, 29th, and 30th of September 2019. So just last year. Okay, next up is, oh, this is cool. This is Kronbin, 7-inch for Christmas is Here. This is on the Dead Oceans label, and that Christmas Time is Here is Vince Guaraldi, the guy that, you know, scores the Peanuts cartoons. You know, it's his. And this is actually a reissue. This is the 2020 reissue of this 7-inch, and the cover art has been redone to make them appear to be like socially distanced from one another, and they're wearing masks. And last time it came out, it was on green vinyl, and this time it's on red vinyl, but that's here for you now. It's side A is Christmas Time is Here, and side B is Christmas Time is Here, but it's version Mary. So, okay, Kronbin, I like that. Okay, this one next is Kill or Be Killed, and it's Reluctant Hero, and this is on clear vinyl with black and white splatter. It's also on Nuclear Blast. This is a, you know, 3 men possessed of some kind of the most recognizable voices in heavy metal music. They split frontman duty for Kill or Be Killed. So, you know, you've got Max Cavalera, Greg Puciato, and Troy Sanders. They're, you know, boundary pushers and innovators in their own bands, and now they've come together to, you know, be tempered in their respective projects. Each one is an equal participant in the fresh ceremony of inspired ritual, together with Ben Kohler, one of the most beloved drummers in heavy music. It's inventive in spirit and decisive in execution. So Kill or Be Killed sound borderline esoteric at times, yet remain unrelenting in heaviness and groove. Okay. Okay, this is great. Now it's here on ATO, one of my favorite labels. We have King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard live in San Francisco, 2016. And the one version here comes in the bag. The other version is silver, kind of rainbow foiled, and then the red on black. So you've got a few different ways that you can get this. I'm trying to think if the one in the bag, if it looks like the others. I guess it still looks like the foiled version. So you've got in the bag, foiled version with no bag, and then the red and black. Okay, so shortly after delivering their breakthrough album Nonagon Infinity, Kinkaz, they hit San Francisco's The Independent for a very, frenetic and meticulously executed set. It was one of their final club gigs. So this is a Melbourne septet. They gave an amazing performance, and let's see, the San Francisco Weekly said it made every organ ache just right. So anyway, live in San Francisco 16, it captures a spectacular moment in this band's history, leaving you just, awestruck. This is the deluxe edition on Fog Sunburst 2 LP in a foil board jacket. So let's see. This is the deluxe version, and this is the regular version. Okay, so and then, like I said, some of the deluxe versions come in the bag. So let's see. There's rainbow foil jacket, 2 LPs, Bay Fog, and Golden Gate Sunburst colored wax. Okay, so always happy to get a new King Gizzard. And live albums, there's actually quite a few live albums this thing. We just had the Iron Maiden, we had the War on Drugs, and this, and there's like more in the pile too. So I guess a lot of times, with lockdown and all that, a lot of times bands, they keep recordings of their live shows that they're going to maybe put together at some point, and now it looks like the time that everybody's doing it. Although some of these performances, like with these, have been from just last year, so they're not that old. All right, next up, this is Greg Lake, The Anthology, A Musical Journey. This is 2 LPs. And Greg Lake, of course, of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, King Crimson. What else was he? I know he's done solo stuff too. But anyway, this is through BMG Rights Management in the UK. 2 LPs, 20-track, career-spanning Greg Lake tribute. And this has a gatefold sleeve with black vinyl. It includes early recordings, King Crimson, Greg Lake solo, collaborations, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It features the tracks Lucky Man, From the Beginning, I Believe in Father Christmas, and The Court of the Crimson King. It has a 28-page booklet and with photos, notes, and tribute notes. Okay? And I believe that he just passed away last year, so it's kind of, a timely release there as well. Next up, this is Annie Lennox, and it's a Christmas cornucopia. This is the 10th anniversary version on Verve. This is from, the Eurythmics vocalist Annie Lennox, and it's a collection of traditional festive songs. It's been updated anniversary cover art with the silver foil. It's kind of hard to see this, I think, in the camera. Sort of, you can see that it's got a foiled effect, right? I actually wasn't in love with this cover because I think that here the graphics are nice, but the photo that they chose, I think they're trying to make it look like one of those Victorian Christmas cards, but I don't know. I don't like the way that it's like in the circle, like a ornament or something. This cover's just not doing anything for me. I don't know. I didn't think it was that great. But, this is, the vinyl includes a 12-inch booklet on premium paper as well. So 10th anniversary edition, she's just got such a big voice, an amazing voice. And it's got things like The First Noel, Silent Night, let's see, Little Town of Bethlehem, this kind of stuff. So very traditional songs, and sung by Annie Lennox can't be a bad thing. That's probably pretty good. All right, next up, there's like a whole slew of Bob Marley reissues, and again, these are from Abbey Road Studios, where they've been half-speed mastered. It's the 75th anniversary, and we kind of touched on that last week, that I kind of can't believe he would have been 75. That just really is shocking to me. So there you go. But anyway, there's a whole slew of reissues, and I'll just blow by them just so you can see what's here. This one, Babylon by Bus, is here. This one is Burnin'. This one is, which one? Oh, is this Catch a Fire? Yeah, Catch a Fire. Okay, Confrontation. Exodus. And see, all part of the same thing, that his 75 anniversary, 75 years old. Good Lord, that would have been wild had he still been alive. Amazing, right? Okay, there's Kaya. There is Legend. Bob Marley and the Wailers Live. This one is Natty Dread. Rastaman Vibration. And let's see, this one, Survival. Uprising. Okay, so you can get all these Bob Marley reissues half-speed mastered, and the note here is it gives you an explanation of half-speed remastering if you're not up on that. It's a artisan process, results in cuts that have superior high-frequency response and a very solid and stable stereo images. So, in short, it's a very high-quality master that helps to create a very high-quality record, better sound than you've probably ever heard these recordings on before, okay? Next up is Anna McClellan, I Saw First Light. This is on pink vinyl or on cassette. And this is on the Father-Daughter label. It's the third album from her. She's an Omaha, Nebraska-based songwriter. This relates a very tumultuous year in her life. She was moving from the heart of New York City to a very bucolic retreat upstate, and then finally back to her Midwestern hometown of Omaha. So it was like a lot of changes for her. So she was really traversing a lot of emotional states from very restless urban living to kind of enforced depressive country life, and then back to her own Omaha. So it's her vision, one of just she has a long ongoing obligation that she feels to use art as a tool for connecting and understanding. So, just singer-songwriter, getting it out there of everything that she's experienced, and upon her return to Nebraska, it just finally kind of came together. So with the help of some of her local friends, it turned into this album. So, all right, and this one here, next up we have another live 3 LP. This one is Pink Floyd, and this is The Delicate Sound of Thunder. It's been restored, re-edited, and remixed. It's on the Legacy label. This is remixed from the original master tapes. It's on heavyweight 180-gram vinyl, 23 songs, approximately 2.5 hours of music. Features 9 songs not included on the 1988 double LP. So this is like a brand new remix anyway. You can see it's a pretty thick one, and it's pricey, but it's I guess with that extra music, it's great for Pink Floyd fans, and so there you go, another live one for us. Okay, then we have another live record, and this one is a surprise release from Sylvan Esso. 2 LPs, it's on Loma Vista, and they were another band that got interrupted on tour with COVID, as many have. So on last Thursday night, they debuted their new concert film during a YouTube premiere stream. And so not only now is the film available to watch on demand, but they have surprise released this corresponding live album of the same name. So captures the final 2 performances of Sylvan Esso's unique fall 2019 tour. A limited run of shows, really saw them expand by loads of, bringing in loads of backing musicians, and with pretty impressive pedigrees, like drummer Matt McCaughan from Bon Iver was a bassist and synth player, and keyboardist Jen Wasner from Wyoke, synth player Dev Gupta from Mr. Twin Sister, and drummer Joe Westerland from Mandolin Orange. And they were all part of the live band. So what's more, the singer Amelia Meath, her bandmates, she's got this like splinter band that's called Mountain Men. And so, you know, her bandmates, Molly Sarley and Alexandra Sauser-Monig, also joined in on vocals. So it's very, you know, fleshed out, very big live sound here. 16 tracks pulled from their 2 studio full lengths, their 2014 self-titled debut and 2017's What's Now. You know, she has like such a unique vocal. And anyway, this is a very nice live recording because it's not too much audience screaming too far out in the front. It's sort of laid back a little bit, so you can really hear her, you know, very distinct and very unique vocals. It's nice. So, wow, see, I told you, like, lots and lots of live stuff. All right, this is Tank and the Bangers. This is Friend Goals. This is on Verve Forecast. Grammy-nominated Tank and the Bangers are back with Friend Goals, and this is the follow-up to their critically acclaimed major label debut album that was called Green Balloon. This is a 6-track EP. It features collaborations from Chica, PJ Morton, and Duckworth. All right, this is They Might Be Giants, Flood. This is on the Elektra label. Flood is the 3rd studio album by the Brooklyn-based alternative rock duo. And They Might Be Giants released this originally in January of 1990. Flood was their first album on the major label Elektra, and it generated 3 different singles. The one that, you know, most people know them by, Birdhouse in Your Soul, Istanbul, Not Constantinople, and the domestic promotional track called Twisting. This is on 180-gram ice mint green vinyl. Limited numbered edition of 2,500 copies, 180-gram audiophile vinyl. Okay, so that's here now too. Next up, this one is another one that got past me. I don't know. This is Tongue presents Dead Club. Okay, this says it's a contemplative, intimate, and celebratory record on death and grief, composed and produced by Tongue, featuring contributions from Max Porter. Limited edition, double clear LP. It's an indie exclusive, and it also includes a download code. So yeah, sorry guys, I'm remiss because I didn't see this in my pile, and maybe if it's on my list, I missed it. So it's a double. Okay, next up, UFO, Strangers in the Night, double LP. This is the 2020 remaster, and it's on Chrysalis. This is regarded by many as one of the finest live albums of all time, and I actually will back up that because it is. It's a really, really good live album. It was captured UFO at their peak of, you know, as a band, and it was originally released in 1979. It's recorded during their October 1978 U.S. tour, which is just a live greatest hits of this band's repertoire. It's like a newly remastered version has been done from the original masters by Andy Pierce and presented in a gatefold sleeve on 180-gram vinyl. It's on black or clear vinyl. But anyway, also another person, this bassist of this band, Pete Way, also passed away, I think last year too, or maybe it was 2018, I think maybe just last year. But anyway, no, this is a really fantastic live record, and yeah, it definitely is regarded as that. So if you like UFO, you know, this is just like good rock, you know, like Lights Out, Rock Bottom, Too Hot to Handle, Let It Roll, Shoot, and then if I'm not mistaken, it's that Misty Green and Blue is on here too. It's just a dynamite version of that as well. Okay, and wrapping it up, this is various artists. This is a 4 LP box. This is Verve Wishes You a Swingin' Christmas. It's 4 LP box. Do I have that upside down? No, it's up there. I was looking at this thinking it looked upside down to me. It does. It is upside. No, it isn't. Sorry. My camera's playing tricks on me, my little monitor there. So anyway, this is a set of classic holiday titles from Verve with 3 titles from Ramsey Lewis, Jimmy Smith, and Kenny Burrell on LP for the first time since their original releases. So rounding out the set is the evergreen Ella Wishes You a Swingin' Christmas. And all titles are presented with their original artwork. And I think that also we do have the single version of Ella Wishes You a Swingin' Christmas. I think we've been selling that a lot lately. I've seen it. But anyway, 180 gram vinyl and Christmas box set from Verve. Okay, you guys, so that is like a lot. That is just some of the new releases that came out this week and reissues, and there's a lot more. So like I said, go and noodle around on sirenrecordsmonterey.com, and you can kind of really comb through things at your leisure and see what else came out, and hopefully order something too, okay? So thanks for joining me. Lot to get through, but enjoy your weekend. I hope you found something here that looks interesting. We'll go ahead and post the list down below in case you didn't catch anything that I said, if I went too fast or if I mumbled or something like that. So we'll go ahead and post that info for you down below. We'll see you next week. Okay, remember, next week is going to be Black Friday, and so there are a lot of special releases. I think we will probably do a little midweek video to just kind of go through and highlight a few cool things for you so you can see, and probably won't do like a proper fresh catch because that is going to basically be it, and going to have to do it before Friday because we won't have time on Friday, it being that. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. See you next time, and be safe, and you know, keep your group small. Okay, see you next time. Bye.